multimedia personality, comedic commentator, songwriter, recording artist, spiritual leader, author, and actor. Larry D. Reid is the founder of the MBN Network, owner of LDR Enterprises based out of Atlanta, Georgia, and the spiritual leader of the Reformation Church of Atlanta. You can catch Larry Reid on the BET Plus original series Kingdom Business and on American Gangsta Track Queens. Streaming online at BET.plus. The MBN Network is a nonprofit organization based in Atlanta, Georgia. We are a streaming, radio, and ministry network funded by a network of partners that are professionals, technicians, entrepreneurs, and entertainers from around the world. Become a member of Patreon today at patreon.com/Larry Reid Live to gain access to all that the NBN Network has to offer. On Sundays, tune in for prayer, prophecy, and coaching call, available for Patreon members only. Join in on the morning meditation and prayer call, open to the public Monday through Friday. On Monday evenings, catch the digital entertainment news show, Larry Reid Live, as Dr. Reid discusses an array of topics with a raw, humorous, and controversial approach. Get informed and inspired on Tier 2 Tuesdays for Tier 2 Patreon members only. Wednesday night breakdown with Dr. Reid, the virtual prophets, pastoral counselors, and coaches, available for Tier 2 Patreon members only. Participate in Therapy Thursdays and Financial Fridays for all tiers inside of Patreon only. Saturdays, rest and be with your family. Become a member today by logging on to patreon.com/Larry Reid Live today. Church Critic by Dr. Larry D. Reid. An examination of the Larry Reid Live show perspective. Purchase a copy today by logging on to LarryReidLive.com. That's LarryReidLive.com. Stay connected to Larry Reid Live. Take a moment and like the Facebook page, subscribe to the YouTube page and hit the bell. Text LRL to 404-999-7527. That's the words LRL to 404-999-7527. And get notified when we go live. Become a member of Patreon. Log on to patreon.com/Larry Reid Live. Sign up, then download the Patreon app and turn on your notifications. Get connected today.
We're about to have a conversation. All right, welcome to Larry Reid Live. I'm your host, Larry Reid, and this is your most favorite digital entertainment news and talk show that is out here on the social media streets. It is also the most trusted. I mean, I ain't trying to be shady, but when it comes to anything that is happening in the church primarily and just in the culture, if you hear it here, you can trust it here. And thanks to you guys and to our great brand manager, Father God in Christ Jesus, the Holy Ghost, the angels, and the ancestors that back this platform, we have managed to create something that is a phenomenon. If it ended tomorrow, it will go down in history. When certain history is talked about, the Larry Live Show will have to be mentioned. And that is because of the work that we have done as a community. So I want to say thank you and congratulations to you. When we posted the Bishop Jakes video at that point, others had posted it, just people that was there and watching. But once we posted it, it went everywhere. And it won't surprise me if it won't end up on CNN. I know TMZ already got it. But because it was Bishop Jakes and because it was also this platform that all of them watch, And some of you say, Larry, how you know they watch you call they call me? I mean, TMZ, CNN, MSNBC, your local station. When I talk about certain stuff, Kendra, am I lying?
No, you're telling the truth.
Is by the time I get off and get to my room upstairs, my phone is blowing up with some editor or something. So I just want to tell y'all thank you for that. So what I'm going to be saying today in my review, we're going to watch the video where Bishop T.D. Jakes had some kind of medical crisis. We're going to also tell you what they are saying at the church. I'm going to also tell you what type of pressure, which all of you know, the type of pressure that he is up under, being in that position that he's in, and as it relates to the latest controversy. So I'm going to share that with you. And I think I'm going to take a few questions. I'm going to drop the link and let you guys ask me a few questions. But I'm going to try not to get too tuned up and into this because it's 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if I don't shut it off, I'm going to be up to 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning. Y'all be asleep, but I can't come out of the show because my mind still be going on. So I'm going to do my best and not trying to take it too far. But I want you guys to go ahead and put in the chat, let me know what city and state that you are watching from or country, particularly if any of the people that I've just recently met in Africa. Is this the first time we've been live since Africa? It is, from the studio. Well, hey, y'all. Hey, y'all, first time since we're getting back from Africa. And there's something I got to share with you guys, too, as it relates to something that we are going to be doing as a community, not just MBN Network and the folk that I passed the Reformation, but all LRLers. I am creating something that you're going to want to be a part of. It is historical, and it's going to change key areas of Africa. And I want all of you guys, especially those that are descendants of the enslaved people, but all melanated people and those that just got a little bit of melanin, our white viewers. We're going to do something that's going to allow you, we're already in the process of doing it, to where you can participate in helping us cause Africa to rise back to her power. And so I'm going to talk to you about that. I see all the cities and the states, and I didn't see any countries: DMV, Memphis, Baton Rouge, Heartland, Texas, California, Virginia, Tallahassee, Florida. I ain't never heard of, what's that M word, Arizona? Never. Maricopa. Never heard of that. Well, hello over there in Maricopa. Pikeville, North Carolina. Now that's my home. That's where I am from. Pikeville, Eureka. That's where I am from. So hey there, how you doing? Mount Olive. Oh my God, I love Mount Olive pickles. The pickle plant. I used to go play there and sing there in Mount Olive all the time. Warsaw, been there, sang, preached. Yeah, New Jersey used to have a church there in Millville. Used to fly there every Sunday morning to preach before I come back to North Carolina, preach at my church. Let me see, Lake City, Florida, Detroit. That's where the Word Network is. I've been there to preach and sing too. Let me see. Greensboro. Yeah, I've been there to preach and sing. Snow Hill, been there to preach and sing. Creedmoor, been there to preach and sing. Anguilla, I preached and sang in St. Martin, near there, but not Anguilla itself. All right, Pennsylvania, Grand Rapids, Shreveport, Bayboro. I ain't never heard of Bayboro, North Carolina. Never heard of that. And what is a Willacoochee? I know y'all made that up. Ain't nobody from no Willacoochee. There's no Willacoochee, Georgia. Highlight that if you see it. Willacoochee. Right there, you go up. Mr. Trucker. Is that Willacoochee? Now wait. Can you Google and see if that's a real place? I think somebody's trying to get me. That ain't no place. Willis Coochie. I cannot. It's a real state. It's 3 hours and 30 something minutes from Atlanta. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce to you, because I know you never heard of Willacoochee, Georgia. I don't know who is responsible. Oh my God. Jesus. She must have really had some good coochie for them to name a place. Willa, where are you at? Willacoochee. I mean, it had to be excellent. The original slosh, gush. Willacoochee. I just cannot. I just know somebody was playing with me, but this must be the truth, because it's on the Googlers. Oh my God. Willacoochee. That's amazing to me. All right, so let's look at this video. I'm going to play for you what I posted earlier. Is that the clip? Yeah. I'm going to play for you what I posted. Then I'm going to give you all of what I said I want to tell y'all, okay? Hit like and share. On Facebook, only 67 people have hit like on Facebook. This is why I really want to just throw away Facebook. There are 3,194 people watching between YouTube and Facebook. And y'all like to watch on Facebook and not do nothing. I don't understand that. I need for you guys to hit like right now. It ain't even, we haven't even got to the part where I asked y'all to support with a donation. And you can't even hit like. And that's just a movement of the thumbs. Oh my God. Oh Jesus. Never heard of Willacoochee. Oh, that's still in my head. I can't get that out. Willis Coochie is so powerful that a whole city. It's home of the what? Wow. Okay. So y'all ready? We're waiting for Facebook. How many people on Facebook, Nancy? Can you look over there and see before I see how much? Somebody said, read your hair ashy. Oh my God, let it grow. No, it's not ashy. My whole head is gray. My entire head is gray and white with a little bit of black. So I don't, you see, it's still thin. You can still see through it on all sides. Okay, I need about another 50 folk to hit like over there on Facebook. I haven't cut it. How many days, Nancy? 2 days? 2 days, almost 3. So when it's like this, I mean, it's white. Yeah. I see you, Janelle, talking about let it grow, let it grow. No, I'm not. I'm not letting it grow. I look too old. Maybe I'll let it grow later. I mean, because I do have a whole head full of hair. So maybe I might let it grow a little piece. Maybe I let it grow this week and then I cut it next week. I do that. Yeah, I do that. Remind me if I can take it, because when it start itching, I have to cut it. It's already itching. Oh, Jesus. I let it grow this week and give y'all a little. And then it's going to go off this here head after that. All right, 20 more on Facebook. Got to hit like before we move ahead on. Of course, you're going to say I look good with gray hair because you ain't seen me with gray hair. So it's a different look, but I don't necessarily like it. Hair, period. No. People need to see that side of you. Janelle, you just want me to look the way I look when you first met me in 90-something. That's what that is. Okay. All right, are y'all ready? I'm going to play for you what I posted on IG that now is everywhere now. And then I'm going to come back and talk to you about that. Okay, let's go. Moments ago, Bishop T.D. Jakes was at his church conducting service, and slowly it looked as though that he was losing consciousness and fighting to come back to consciousness, sort of what we saw with Bishop Marvin Winans 2 weeks ago. And then his right arm began to jump a little, and then his left arm, his right arm there, and then his left arm. I can't imagine how those that worked with him felt in that moment, seeing someone so strong lose their strength. And people began to sort of panic, but then they called everybody to prayer and cut the live stream. Then the ambulance and fire trucks came.
Everybody begin to pray. Come on, stretch your hands this way. Father, in the name of Jesus.
Okay, so I posted that clip and it made people aware, so they went scrambling the internet to pull this video. I want us to watch it one more time to just pay attention to the body movements and what was happening. Listen to what I'm saying, and then I'm going to explain to you everything. Now, the video you saw at the end, so thankful for the LRL, won't say who you are, who lives down the street, that hit me up about this and let my team know what was happening in real time. Also, there was some of you that are LRLs who were watching, and y'all sent several clips. Thank you. That LRL actually videotaped the fire trucks coming into the Potter's House campus. So I'm going to play it one more time, pay attention to the body movements, and then I'm going to have a discussion about some other things concerning and surrounding this. All right, go. Just moments ago, Bishop T.D. Jakes was at his church conducting service, and slowly it looked as though that he was losing consciousness and fighting to come back to consciousness, sort of what we saw with Bishop Marvin Winans 2 weeks ago. And then his right arm began to jump a little, and then his left arm, his right arm there, and then his left arm. I can't imagine how those that worked with him felt in that moment, seeing someone so strong lose their strength. And people began to sort of panic, but then they called everybody to prayer and cut the live stream. Then the ambulance and fire trucks came.
Everybody begin to pray. Come on, stretch your hands this way. Father, in the name of Jesus.
Okay, so I want to tell you what I know about things surrounding this. Number one, let me say this. Black men, and I really want Black men to hear me, and I want any woman, sister, mom, friend, cousin, to make sure that one of the things that you're going to put at the top of your list that you're going to do today, I want you to encourage every Black man that you know, no matter their age, to go this week and get their blood work done. I do know there's a cost, but it is a price you cannot afford not to pay, because you could end up paying with your life. So I want every Black person to hear me, especially the Black men and the Black women that is adjacent to some Black man or a Black man that you love. I need for you to go get checked. August of 2020 is when I started the Build Your Immune System Health and Wellness Challenge. And we challenged everybody to walk, to drink water, cut back on red meats, pay attention to labels, and start taking care of your body. We saved lives. People came off their diabetes medicine, their sugar went down. We gave them herbs so they can get off of metformin. They end up having some cases surrounding that anyway. I need for every Black person to take your health seriously, especially Black men. And if you are a head of household, or you are entrepreneur Black man, or you are a pastor, especially if you're a pastor or gospel artist, because Black male gospel artists and pastors do not take care of themselves. They just don't. A rarity, you may have one that will. See, health ain't about whether you skinny or fat necessarily, not primarily. It's about what is happening in your blood, how your organs are responding to your diet and to your life, your level of stress. Are you in movement at all on a daily basis? Let me tell you one way that you can cut down the effects of sugar in your diet, even if you don't change it. After you eat 30 minutes, take at least 150 steps. And if you do that, that will cut the sugar in half that your body is attempting to absorb. If you just get rid of your sugary drinks and just drink water, this can help you some. But stress, and this is where we're coming with Jakes. Well, let me say before I say that, Jakes has belly fat. Belly fat is an absolute life taker. Men, hear me. You cannot carry belly fat. Nobody really should, but women can get away better with it than us. But men, we cannot, should not carry belly fat. Now, don't look at me tomorrow. It's easy for you to say, you're 178 pounds. You knew me when I was 240 plus. And the downside in our community, when a Black person starts taking care of themselves and losing weight, the first thing we say is drugs. The second thing we say is AIDS. And the internet put that all on me. But during that time, that stress level spiked my blood pressure. They tried to put me on blood pressure pill. Y'all remember that in 2022, I think it was? And then I said, no, I'm not doing that. And I switched and changed some things. I was already changing my life. By then, I already lost weight. But I switched stuff. So I want to say that first. I want every Black man that is hearing me to take this as a warning for your own health. Let's get into this stress thing with Jace, because there is something going on. I don't know how much the members know. I'm sure those men that ran up in the pulpit know. I'm pretty sure I know his wife knows. And some of those that are close that work with him know. He has been in a health battle for years. Let me just repeat. He has been in a health crisis, one after the next, for a couple of years now. I repeat. Bishop T.D. Jakes has been in a health crisis for a few years. Now, this goes with age. He's 65, 60-something years old. We see he run around the world, one conference, one book, one event after the next, because that's his job. And he is taking care of a buttload of people. And this has been what he's been dealing with. In addition to the whole P. Diddy thing, and then the other things that we have discussed on this platform, and the most recent thing that we discussed on the platform concerning Dwayne Youngblood. And he was just put on notice of a new lawsuit. Larry, how do you know? Now, this is not the most trusted platform for no reason. So if I'm saying it, then you need to know that I've already seen it myself before the lawyer sent it to him. Are you hearing what I'm saying? So there are layers of stress. And he just got back from Africa, I do think. There's layers of stress that is on top of him. And when it comes to what we deal with as Black people, and then you add religion to it, it really becomes this crazy concoction of being separated from certain realities. The reality is, Bishop Jakes, you are in a health crisis, you're fat, and you've been carrying belly fat for years and have not corrected it. You fixed the gap in your mouth, but you did not fix what was going on in your body. I want you guys to see this like handwriting on the wall for your own health. Because we're in a stressful environment. And if you're an American watching me, our country is in the top when it comes to depression, when it comes to health crisis, when it comes to, I forgot the mental illness aspect it is, but we're at the top. And we're stressed the hell out in this capitalistic society. Inflation, the government, this lying wonder, this two-headed monster. What's happening in our economy, what they are doing. Our government don't give a flip about us. And you're stressed. Well, this is what you need to do. Number one, you need to cut your expenses. Move somebody in your house. Get a roommate. Airbnb that room out. And then you need to increase your income. And you need to live like that. Take the next 4 or 5 years of your life and cut this stuff out. Pastors that are holding on to these churches and they're dwindling away. Y'all, you got to understand what TD Jakes is under. Now, I don't even care if everything is paid off. You still have the stress of the staff, of maintaining the musicians and the singers, while your ministry is no longer the thriving, multi-million dollar coming in, every month, millions a month. That's over for most mega churches. But they have to keep the doors open. At least that's what they tell themselves, because their ego is tied to a building. So you got all of this, and the times are changing, and there's new voices. Y'all know them big conferences they used to have? That's not the norm anymore. You got a few that's able still to pull it off. This is an entirely different time. Now, let's play with some ideas here. If you were being investigated, let's say Jakes is being investigated. Let's say he's already received some phone calls from Homeland Security. Let's suppose that probing phone call, there was an ask about flight itineraries or ask about iPads or cell phones. At the same time, you receive a notice of a lawsuit from Dwayne Youngblood and friends. All of this is going on. And people, you're walking in the room and people still smiling and whispering, but you can feel them talking about you. And something has switched and some people have stepped away from you. And you're standing in the pulpit and looking at empty seats that used to be filled. You've been questioned about the death of an employee that was alleged that you had some kind of something with. All of this is going on at the same time, you guys. All of this. And then the things in the family that are still happening and being managed. Baby. It's the grace of God that we ain't see him drop dead. But this is, in my opinion, a wake-up call to us. And let's play with this idea. If all of this stuff is going on and I really need to get out of this. This is an opportunity. If we believe in this is real, this is a great opportunity to use my health crisis to get out of that position. Because if I pull out of that position, like the rest of my Dallas pastor friends, because all coming out of Texas, if I will pull out of that, then that sort of keeps certain things at bay, unless it's as bad as it was for the Parks here in this city many years ago. Even after he died, they kept coming after the estate until it was settled secretly, which protected quite a few preachers. Clarence McClendon, Marvin Winans. Yeah, they was a part of that case. But anyway, but you never heard about it. Same thing Bishop Eddie Long did. Eddie Long paid them $15 million, and that kept Jakes, DMV, all the y'all preachers in that area that went to that island. It kept everybody safe. But where we at now, y'all, you can forget trying to keep it the way you usually are able to do it. In this exact message, he said, he turned to his wife and he said, I can feel you praying for me. And she said, yeah. She do what Sarita do. You know how they do. They're a little weird to me, but y'all just love it. She doing this, all this stuff. And said, and he said, it's great that I ain't got to check with her and check her temperature because I know she's supporting me and praying with you. She's supporting your money because she should have been gone. But anyway, I mean, you brought her from the ghetto up, married her when she already had 2 gay little boys that were fatherless, that you took that position on and then gave her some daughters. So Sarita not going nowhere, no time soon, up under no circumstances. No. So anyway, look, I did not plan to say all this, everything that's rolling out of my mouth. And I'm still keeping a lot quiet. But this is not one of the time. You should use this, in my opinion. Jake's tell him, Marcus, what's the other woman I can think of? All y'all around him. I need for you guys to tell him this because he do not talk to the right people. Take this opportunity and pull away so that this other stuff over here won't affect the ministry. That's what I.B. Hilliard did. He's right there in Texas. Call him. He poured himself out, put his daughter over it, and now he can go through this divorce with his wife, with Bridget, and it not really affect, at least in their mind, not really affect what the church is going through. And he said it out of his mouth, y'all stand behind the pastor, meaning his daughter. Y'all stay with Aisha. Y'all focus on that. Don't worry about me. We all right. We just continue to help her build the ministry. That is so smart. And that's exactly what Jakes needs to do a little bit. It's really what he's been trying to do, but he needs to do it faster and use this health crisis to pull away a little bit more. That's what I would do. If I was on this team, I would be telling him the exact same thing. I would be telling him right now to do this. I want to tell you something about the filing that's going to be coming up. What are you saying, Larry? You told us about a filing last time. Well, I told y'all if I stop talking about something, I stopped talking about it because, and this is just me, because I know there are talks and conversations or apologies that are happening and people are letting stuff go. And in some instances, people are paid off. I'm not going to tell you no lie, but Larry's not paid. I can't tell you how many times people have gotten settlements and, I'm going to give you money. And I'm always like, give it to the ministry. Don't give it to me. And I can count on my hands out of the so many times that I've helped people get their story out that they actually kept their word. From the biggest of them to the young, they just don't keep their word. You know, that time of people keeping their word is just gone. People don't keep their word. So, but Larry is still going to maintain his integrity because it's just who Larry is. So if you hear me not talking about something, it's because I'm not getting in between of what somebody else got going on. But I am going to tell you what's about to be filed if there's no apologies, conversation, or whatever people be doing on the back end that ain't got nothing to do with Larry Reid. But I'm going to tell you after this, we are about to do something in Africa, and we're going to create jobs in Africa. And I want you to help me create jobs in Africa. I'm going to show you a documentary that is about to drop. The name of the documentary is Retracing the Steps of Our Ancestors in Ghana, West Africa. I can't begin to tell you about how things are financially over there, but I want you to watch this. It's 1 minute about my journey there. I'm going to come back and tell you about this file.
Rain, trying to rain on the thunder. Tell the storm I'm new. I'm a walk, I'm a march on the regular. Painting white flags blue. Lord forgive me, I've been
This structure was used for trade in human beings. Enslaved Africans were captured from different areas in Africa, put them in chains and shackles, and they traveled on foot for several days, weeks, months, crossing rivers, climbing mountains, hills to get to the dungeons.
Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. Yeah. Freedom, freedom, where are you? 'Cause I need freedom too. I break chains all by myself. Won't let my freedom rot in hell. Hey, I'ma keep running 'cause the winner don't quit on themselves.
All right, that Retracing the Steps of Our Ancestors is about a 50-minute documentary, and it is going to be dropping on this platform in the next 24 hours. So what I need for you to do right now is text so that you'll know when it's dropping. Just text 3 letters, LRL to this phone number, 404 999 7527, because it's going to drop in the next 24 hours, and I want you. Say it again. What are you talking about? Oh, now to let me do what the hell I'm doing. What was I saying? Oh my God. Okay, don't do that no more. Text LRL to 404-999-7527. Do that so I can text you when we go live about it. And those of you that want to be a part of building jobs in Africa, I want you to support this platform. Every time you see on this platform, this flyer, I want you to understand what we're doing. MBN Network stands for My Breakthrough Now. So it's creating content on demand. Larry Live shows the only thing y'all know about, but there's way more than that we got going on, and shows that happen in Patreon, teaching and empowerment several times a week in Patreon. So whenever you donate to this network, you are supporting a global vision of impacting and acquiring on the behalf of what God has told us to do as a collective community. And there are thousands of us, hundreds of us in the ministry, and we want you to help us. Now, we always ask for $8.88, but whatever you want to do, you want to throw a 10, a 20, a 30, a 4 in front of 888, do that right now. But in the memo section, I need for you to put your phone number so that my personal prophets and intercessors can call you, thank you for it, and give you a prophetic word, because they're skilled to speak the mind of God to you. Venmo @ MBN Network, Cash App, $MBN Network. You can text the word give to 404-800-4530. Or you can go to PayPal. Those of you say, you know what, Reid, I'm going to do a $8,888 donation because of what you're doing in Africa. You can do it through PayPal if your bank will let you. The MBNnetwork.org, because we're creating jobs. So we're starting businesses, getting facilities, acquiring property, and we're employing the people of Ghana. Pushpay.com/G/the MBN Network. All right, you can remove that next. All right, so I'm gonna play the video of Jake's again, and I'm gonna tell you about this fouling. Go ahead and hit like, and then I'm gonna drop the link so you can say what you want to say. So, but watch Jake's video carefully. Once again, this is our third time, and then I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna share with you about this fouling. Moments ago, Bishop T.D. Jakes was at his church conducting service, and slowly it looked as though that he was losing consciousness and fighting to come back to consciousness, sort of what we saw with Bishop Marvin Winans 2 weeks ago. And then his right arm began to jump a little, and then his left arm, his right arm there, and then his left arm. I can't imagine how those that work with him felt in that moment, seeing someone so strong lose their strength. And people began to sort of panic, but then they called everybody to prayer and cut the live stream. Then the ambulance and fire trucks came.
Everybody begin to pray. Come on, stretch your hands this way. Father, in the name of Jesus.
All right, I see some of you in the chat asking me about Ghana. I'll do that at the end. Those of you talking about, Larry, be careful, don't get scammed. I just left from Ghana. And just so you know, I am a citizen of Ghana. My father, paternity traced me to Ghana. I am Ghanaian in blood from northern Ghana, which they call us the Chiefs in central Ghana. But really connected to northern Ghana and Burkina Faso. That's where my roots are from my paternal line. So, and you need to know that I'm pretty good in business and I'm not a dummy. So no scam here at all. But thank you for being concerned. But no, I wouldn't say something to y'all that I'm doing and I have not vetted, checked it, and really boots on the ground and looked into some things. So there's that. Now, getting to this. Now, I had some medical experts give me what they thought was happening with Bishop Jakes. I'm not going to say what they said because they didn't come on live to say it to you. So I don't want nothing to do with any of that. So there's that. Now, I think that the stress that he has been under for the last couple of years, along with his job, travels, responsibility, is the reason why that he's at this place. And I also think, I can't help but think, that it is not coincidental that this lawyer, oh no, let me see. What is this lawyer's name? This lawyer, T.A., well, actually, I'm just going to give it the law firm, T.A. Blackburn Law. It's not coincidental to me that this lawyer has been calling the church office and emailing every email possible to put Bishop Jakes on notice about a lawsuit that is impending. Jakes is 67 years old. He told a story years ago about how every man in his family died between 54 and 56 with heart issues. And in that sermon, this is years ago, he said, because y'all know I used to donate and be a part of the Bishop Circle. So he said that he hoped to make it to 56. This was years ago, and here he is at 67. So God has been good. Life has been good to him. And he has, I must say, the best in medical care. He even called Carlton Pearson on his sickbed to sort of flaunt how good of doctors he had. After all these years of not talking, he called them like weeks before. And sort of to flaunt, but Carlton being how he was, he saw, he was just, offering the medical care, Carlton, and your whole bladder is dead. What? This is a call he could have made, I don't know how long ago, when I first started fussing him about him not handling you right and killing you in front of the white people so that then he can be chosen as the new Carlton Pearson, and he was. After Carlton Pearson put him on and gave him his white relationships and evangelical white Christians. And 67 stressed, and this Fallon. Let me explain to you. Said Larry, the Fallon is not going to stress him. Y'all don't understand how this works. The very moment, Dwayne Youngblood and friends filed this suit, telling their story that began to be told, Dwayne's on this platform. When you go live and you on a platform, I don't care if they 20,000 people watching, and you tell a story about somebody, whether true or false. If you do that, there will be some platforms to pick it up. Them on IG, on the internet platforms. If it's really good, you might get TMZ, but it's not going to go to those heights, them high heights. But when you couple that story, with a filing at the courts, I see you blocking a whole lot of people. Why are you blocking people? Don't be blocking people. If they don't agree, they ain't got to agree. Long them be disrespectful. When you couple that with a filing, from a media standpoint, journalistic standpoint, they will tell you at that moment, although what is in the complaint could be just a person's story and not true, and a lie, and unsubstantiated. Am I saying that right? I know how my speech is sometimes. The fact that the person has hired a lawyer, paid money, and the lawyer, some lawyers are crooked, so even if you won't win, they'll file a lie just to get you at the negotiating table so they can get a piece of the money that you're going to settle with. But the fact that you've done all of that preliminary and you file, the media, unless you are really connected, they are going to publish it and they're going to run the story. And at that point, whether you are guilty or not, if you're a big name like Jakes, come on now. That's going everywhere. And he doesn't need that. And several times prior to now, he paid his way out of it. We can feel any kind of way we want to feel about that. Oh my God, he got the money to do it. God gave him the money. Whoever gave him the money, somebody gave him the money. He got the money. He can get out of it. That's just how it is. I'm not going to make that right or wrong. He got the money. Use the money to get what you need to get. But I also at the same time believe if you wrong somebody and you got the money, pay them. That's why when people go quiet, and I know that negotiating table, or they're doing apologies, or they mending their relationship and they friends now again, I back out of it. So somebody asked me, Larry, was this an act? I don't know. And y'all know me. Most of the time when people say stuff ain't real, I be like, okay, I believe it's real until I get that check or some other information, but it's a lie. My gut typically leaves me good. If it's not an act, it is a great opportunity to change the narrative around his name. Because right now, we're seeing T.D. Jakes, who either we presently love or used to love, and we're seeing him struggling in that moment, and it pulls our heartstrings. Right now, it does not matter who he has wronged, for most of us. I did see the young lady who Cora stole her baby, and Jakes and them got that lawyer in their church, which is a judge now, in their church to do that paperwork, and they take her child. She said, it's hard. I saw a post. She said, Michelle Lau, she said, it's hard for me to pray for a family who has totally wrecked my life and stole my baby. Hey, I get that. But most of us don't have that direct wrong. So we're not going to feel like that. I didn't feel like when I saw this, I said, oh, what in the world? The first thing I thought about, you're too fat. You got all this stress. You need to lose weight. Why you ain't on the Ozempic? You need to walk. You can afford it. Get a shelf. Go vegan. That's the first thing came to my mind. I didn't even think about, you have wronged some associates of mine. That didn't come to my mind. But this is a perfect time. Perfection. You can't get no better than this. This is the perfect time to really change the narrative around your name, and also to make some moves that can be in your favor, Jakes. And that's all I got to say. I'm going to drop this link so y'all can say something if y'all want to say it. But while this link is dropping, do not leave me and do not say, thank you for the commentary. Thank you for your level of integrity and the information that nobody knows except for you. And that's how you do it. Not with a thank you in the chat, but with a donation. And make sure you put your phone number so that the prophets can call you. Thank you for supporting the ministry. And those of you that want to help us in a big way with what we're doing in Ghana, please do so. Somebody asked me, they said, what are we going to get for doing it? We get a piece of it. A piece of what? This is a seed in Africa. Of course, the businesses we're beginning as a ministry, I'm pretty sure they ultimately 3-4 years from now is going to generate income for us. But right now, this is a give back. And it's a shame that so many black folk are talking about going to Ghana and Africa to invest. There's so much money there. You got the same spirit of the oppressor and the Russians and the Chinese that's moving in now, buying up everything, hiring Ghanaians and paying them $1.47 an hour because that's the minimum wage. The government there really needs to make some upgrades, and it's an election about to happen, a new government about to step in, and I hope this new government be better than the last. But the people are way beneath poverty. But these are the most innovative, creative, hardworking, kind, joyful, amazing people that just need opportunity to make more money. A lot of them want to come to America to get about $500,000 saved up and go back and then live the rest of their life and employ each other. I told them I was there, you need to keep your immigrant hind in Africa. It's not safe for the next 4 years. You stay over there. We're going to create something to where you can increase yourself, your family for generations to come. And that's what I know I'm supposed to do right now. And I want you to help me. And I'm going to do it. So I want you guys Somebody said 32K annually is almost unheard of. 32K in CEDI, which is their money, is unheard of there. $32,000 a year there. Do you know how rich you are in Ghana making that? Yeah, the trip that we're going to put together for us to go to Ghana, it's going to be, there's a qualification for that. First of all, you got to be a patron. And you've got to be really supporting MBN Network, the ministry, because doing that empowers us to do what we do there. So, yes, that's going to happen because I got to go back and forth over and over again there in Dubai. Yeah. I saw this too. Let's talk about this. Oh, my God. Oh, Lord, I'm telling you, can't nobody lie like church people. So I saw a post from the Potter's house that Jake's was just overheated. Lie. And is doing better. True. I don't believe that personally. Oh, good. You're smart. It really appears to be a stroke. Smart. Oh, my God. You know they're lying in your face. You remember when Bishop Marvin Winans fell out? Y'all, this just happened. This is becoming a thing every month. James is the second person to fall out this month, I think. It ain't funny, but it sort of is with the way they like to lie around stuff. He done a video about a cancer diagnosis. Then he done a praise report like it's gone. Then he fell out. And then he said he was just overworked or what it was, or dehydrated. What it said it was? No, you're fat too. And I hate to say it like that, but I need to say it because it's like y'all live in this other reality. You're fat. You're overweight. You eating bad. You're stressed out because church is no longer bringing in what we're bringing in. And you got all these people you got to pay. You got all these buildings you got to maintain, pay the taxes at least if it's paid off. And it's amazing to me at the level of naivety that the pew choose to have when the truth is right in your face. Somebody said, don't judge us fat folk. No, I mean, that's not what I'm meaning by what I'm saying, y'all. And I was fat just yesterday. So no, don't take it like that. But you need to hear the truth. If you're fat, why are you fat? Why? Answer that question. If you're fat and staying fat for long periods of time, why? Because you don't have to stay fat. There's too much stuff out here for you don't have to stay fat. You need to be told the truth. You are fat and you're choosing fat. You don't have a problem with your thyroid. That's the biggest lie that folk like to just tell. I mean, some people do. But but you can tell me every fat person I see is thyroid and you big bones. Your bone ain't a bit more big. That is fat. And it's suffocating you. And we all see it. I was fat because I like to eat. My mom and daddy both, well, mom ain't fat no more, but daddy's still fat. My daddy fat as he can be. And he call himself Fat Daddy. He fat and proud. I got several uncles that are round, that look like Walmart picked up and started walking. That's what they look like. Big as Walmart supercenters. On both sides of my family, fat runs heavily in my family. And that's what I was telling myself when my whole family big, because they all eat like pigs. So you have to change that fat or you're going to develop a cancer of some type and kind. You can be very healthy and still develop a cancer. The thing is, prevention is what I'm talking about. Prevention. Black men get checked every 6 months, not for STDs only. Check everything. Because if you catch the cancer quick, I'm talking to somebody, I know I am. There's some things that you can do. My mama caught her cancer in stage 1, 70 years old. That could be a death sentence. Then when they cut her and opened up, which I didn't want them hoes to do that, It quickly spread through her lymph nodes to the top of her chest and was going to the rest of her body. It went to stage 2. I said, no. Karen, can you da-da-da-da-da? Aunt May what? So-called the medical people in family. What's the name of this place? How much this cost? PET scan now. There's no more cutting up. Pump her up. How much percentage her heart? She good. Run it. Chemo. Radiation. Yeah, it was burning, taking her hair, burning her tongue, her turning dark, but she was still alive. So what I'm saying to you guys, there's so many things to learn from this that's happening with Jinx. Number one, black man, take your health seriously and de-stress your life. Get any and everybody out of your life. And those of you that are carrying people in your home and you can't do this and can't do that because you siblings and brothers, I understand you want to be a humanitarian. I've done the same thing, 20-something people in my house at one time. But there has to be an end date. Today is that. Because carrying all of that stress is going to turn your cells on each other. And they're going to start sticking. And when cells start sticking together, cancer. Okay? Is who still living? Yeah, my mama's still living. Thanks be to God. She came through that thing at 70 years old. And I was pumping her of everything that grew up out of the earth. Soursop needs to be all our friend. Ginger needs to be our friend. Even the derivative turmeric needs to be our friend. You need to make that something you drinking all the time anyway. Your sugar throw it off? Look. Do what you got to do. Get some berberine and start taking berberine. Your high blood pressure up, you need to start taking some burdock root to pump yourself with it every day. And then you can mix it with other herbs that are just good for your immune system. Elderberry, black seed oil. I'm just trying to help you. Sea moss. Oh my God. Put this stuff on in you. Take care of your darn self. I said I'm going to drop the link, but I ain't see enough donations come through. I'm not taking up my time doing that. This is an opportunity for you to support what we are doing. Ashwagandha. That's good, but that make you a little horny, some people. I don't know. Somebody said spell burdock root. You just spelled it right. You spelled it right. Yes, soursop. Not all greens are good for your belly. Like collards, none of us should be eating collards. I know y'all don't want to hear that. Shallot also can make you a little horny, but it's really good because it's full of minerals. Because we talk about vitamins, but we don't talk about minerals enough. And shallot will give you lots of minerals from the earth. That's why you need to have crystals in your bedroom. Those are minerals that God made, need to be in your bedroom. And find out what crystal, different from your stones that go with your birthday. But according to your astrological sign, there's a certain crystal that the earth made that you should be sleeping with. Yes, I know I'm talking to somebody. She needs to be on soursop and to stop sugar. Anybody who's dealing with cancer of any kind, no sugar. Sugar feeds cancerous cells. No sugar. Just take it out of your diet. None. Those bad sugars, nothing. Because it feeds cancer. Somebody said, why not collards? Collards are hard on your digestive system. Like beef is. You need beef, but you really should eat beef like very scarce because it overworks your digestive system. which means it lowers your immunity. Anytime your digestive system is working overtime, it's pulling its fuel away from your immunity. You end up getting sick with stuff. So you don't. Now, I ain't nobody doctor, but I have a lot of doctor friends. I do a lot of reading and a lot of naturopathic doctor friends. And we started this kind of work in 2020 in Patreon. So it's all sitting right here in my head. And probably some of the patrons can tell you because we discussed it so much. What about magnesium for high blood? Yes, most of us are walking around here vitamin D3 deficient and magnesium deficient. And magnesium is extremely important for your wellness, especially blood circulation and your sleep. Yeah. See, Larry do all of this. Larry do all of this. And even with doing all of that, sometimes I still get the sniffles and get a cough I can't get rid of because it's dripping in the back of my throat. Yeah. It's hard to find sour salt. You got to be careful where you get it from, too, because some of the people, they be making it up and trying to flavor it like the sea moss, and it's taking away everything out of it. Take it raw. If you want to sweeten it, use raw honey, nothing else, because it'll take away the medicinal properties from it. Yeah. So I'm on a fixed income, but I'm sending you something. Thank you. Your fixed income, it may not be a lot in America. You may consider moving to Ghana or to Costa Rica or Vietnam or Thailand. A lot of you, your strategy, you need a new strategy. It's 42% more expensive to buy a house right now than it is to rent. So if they're giving you a house and saying you approve, they are setting you up for failure because your house is going to lose its value because all properties in America are overpriced, especially in Florida, to 32% over what is really worth. You do not need to be buying if you have not bought. This is my advice to my community. If you're sitting here, hell, you listening to me, so I'm going to tell you. You need to rent, cut your expenses, increase your income, get another flow of income going, and what you make, invest. Do not get no car. Invest it. I'm talking to who I'm talking to. Some of you may be 70, 80 years old in different places in life. I will give you separate advice. But I'm talking to people who you know what I'm saying is what you need to be hearing. Cut those expenses for the next 4 years. If Trump gonna be in that office for 4 years, I'm telling you right now, you need to take the advice that I'm giving you. Right now, everybody's believing the hype and the stock market and Bitcoin through the roof. Get in on that. Get in on those alternate coins and all cryptocurrency. Get that money right quick. But have an exit plan and an exit point. When you see it grow 20%, that's the moment you say, wait a minute, should I pull out or should I not? And even if you feel like you should stay in because it's going to go to 150,000 by March of 2025. But what if it starts dropping the month before and you end up back where you were before you got this bull run up and made that money? It's better for you to pull out and it hit the very top and it come down and you buy in when it go down again. Therefore, you end up with nothing. Somebody said Bitcoin going to 250 in the next couple of years. Some say before that. You can put $100, $200, do it automatic through Robinhood, drop it in Bitcoin. I actually think that's smart to do. Although it's going to go up and come down, go up and come down. Ultimately, Bitcoin is crypto, but it's acting like a stock. So I wouldn't. I don't think it's bad to get in it. You need to get in it. I don't know how this whole show done turned to property, money, health. I don't know. But let me tell you this. I want you to help us do what we're doing. And I'm going to be asking you this for the next few months every time I come live. And I want you to text so you can see our experience in at Elamina. They say castle, but that's the whitewash. It's actually a slave dungeon. That's going to be happening in the next 24 hours. And then I'm going to share with you some other stuff that we're going to have going on. In fact, it just got finished now. I just got to, it'll be finished in 20 minutes. So that documentary is going to definitely be airing in the next 24 hours. You said not sure about this crypto. One thing about Larry Reid, Janine, I'm only going to tell you what I'm doing and what's working for me. Since Bitcoin has shot up, I can't even tell you the tens of thousands of dollars. Some of my friends, hundreds of thousands of dollars they have made. And those of you that are doing that, when you see that money making that, pull that money to the side in the brokerage account. If you're in Robinhood, if you just sit it there, it's growing by 4.74%. If you got your gold tab turned on, let it sit there and then reinvest it. Don't pull it out. No, I'm going to pull that money out. I just made $10,000. You're going to pull it out and get taxed? Let that money stay in there. And let it build. If you want to take something out, use your stocks as collateral and go to the bank and say, I got this, and let them give you a loan. Because that money you get from the loan is not tax deductible. You pull it out of the stock market, you got to pay taxes. Let it sit there. That's what rich folk do. Let it sit right there. If it's in stock and if it's in crypto, I'm going to say Bitcoin and Ethereum, but definitely Bitcoin. Ethereum, I mean, it's younger than Bitcoin, but I think it's going to be just as powerful as Bitcoin. Let it stay in there and don't just keep putting money in there. Never take money out of your Bitcoin. Just let it sit there, no matter how tempted it get. Because, you know, bills can come and be like, ooh, let me grab this $100,000 out. No, don't do that. Let it sit there. Yeah. You bought it at 69K. And also at 16K. Oh my God. If you bought it at 16K, you've seen a lot of growth. Let me tell you, I remember Bitcoin was $1 some change. And I had like 10 of them and I sold them. Doing AOL in one of the AOL group chats. Y'all remember the dial up? That's when I bought it. You're in XRP? Okay, that's good. Most of the time, but not always. I've seen it go the opposite. But ultimately, yes, you're correct. Mm-hmm. You're thinking hard about moving into Canada or Africa. Africa, your money will go farther. Your $1 is 6.5 of theirs. You'll go a lot further. There, Thailand, Vietnam. I mean, our money goes far. Yeah. I saw it when it was 25. Yeah. God almighty. You know, can't cry over spilled milk. I mean, you can. Yeah. Costa Rica, yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you think the market is going to crash after January 20th? We don't know what's going to be happening. First of all, we ain't even got the final numbers from the election. So I don't even want to speak on that. But typically after an election like we just had, the stocks go up. Because of the narrative around Trump, everybody thinks he's this financial wizard, and he is. Real estate, especially in real estate. I think it's going to make people, rich people who hold the most in the stock market, I think that's going to make them feel very positive. You know, the market is emotional. So you got to pay attention. Like a war breaking out can tank the market, but then war stocks go up. You know, so it's always money to be made, even when things are up or down. S&P just hit a record too, but I'm not in the S&P anymore. I got out of that when it went crazy like a year ago. Yeah. The Philippine pet, I don't know how to say that, to the USD is 60-1. So you can definitely go to the Philippines and Colombia. Oh my God. You do well with your dollars there. Mhm. You don't like the geckos in Thailand? I don't like them in Florida and Jamaica. They come right in your room. You said this information alone is worth joining Patreon. Well, I guess this is one big advertisement. Oh yeah, the bot to the USD. That's right. That's in China or that's Thailand. Check and see where the bot. Oh, it's Thai. Yeah, Thai bot. Yeah, it's Thai. See what I mean? And you can live good. Mm-hmm. Yeah, just go where it's safe. Now you can live in old Dubai cheap. Now the new Dubai, it's not that cheap. You got to be doing pretty good to move to Dubai and stay. Yeah. The healthcare in those countries cheaper than what it is here. If you got to pay for it, some countries you don't. Listen, that's an understatement. Ghana is terribly nice and welcoming too, because a lot of them have these promotions. They're trying to get the descendants of the slaves. They're trying to get us back home to invest. Yeah, I didn't even know. I've been in Solana for many years. I was so glad to see. Oh, Bali is very economical. Very economical. Let me say this. The American dream is not in America no more. It may come back one day, but the American dream is a white lie. It's gone. Now, if you do, you say, what the F are we still here? Oh my God. Well, then take your hind end wherever you almost cuss. What y'all think y'all run this? Go to hell. Choose any way you want to go. They plenty of ways. Everybody do everything to get to here. I want you to find one way and do that real hard and go there right quickly. Don't come up here trying to tell me what to do. It's not going to go good for you. And one more crazy comment, you can be blocked forever. Abu Dhabi, very safe. Oh my God. And it's actually cheaper to stay there than in Dubai, because Dubai is like a tourist spot. But both of them, no lie, y'all know firsthand. You can leave your wallet, your phone, it'll be there the next day. Because these folks do not want to go to jail. Oh my God. Right, Carla B. The new American dream is to move out of America. Don't get rid of your American citizenship, though. Maintain it. Yeah. Definitely. That's a word that was spoken a while ago in our community, and people are actively learning a second language. If you're not actively learning a second language and engaging with AI of some kind consistently, you're not a fit for the future that is coming. You'll only be able to do business with those that talk like you and look like you. That's not good for us as Black people. We should be doing business with people that don't look like us, and then bringing that money into our community and buy from people that look like us. I just gave you a whole word. No disrespect, Larry. The American dream is a white lie. Oh, you said no disrespect. Yes, the American dream is a white lie. I got you, Shay. Got you. I'm confused. Nobody holding people here. Go when you want to go. Yeah, we was at how many people? 6,000 something. Now we 4,100. So y'all staying here for a reason. Probably because I'm giving y'all this free game, like y'all my members in Patreon. Everybody that is here, every single person, you should not leave here without giving a donation. Put your phone number in the memo section so that we can call you and thank you for your donation and support what we're doing. We're creating jobs in Africa. And I'm going to be saying this to you guys for a while, because the first, we're going to get the office space first of the year. I'm waiting past the holidays. So you're funding all of that. And then one of the businesses we're establishing is for tourism there, because people always need cars. So MBN Network is going to get a fleet of cars, and we got to hire these people, hire a front desk person, hire this. So we're creating jobs. And we're not going to do, I'm going to tell you what the Russians and the Chinese are doing there. and others. I mean, every white nation you can think of is still, Africa is still being raped, used, pillaged, plummeted some way, and then the wealth taken outside the country and stole from the people. They take the diamonds and the gold and the cocoa in the backyard. They take ownership of it from the outside of Africa, and the people can't benefit from the resources in their own land. Oh, we killing that. We're stopping that. So what we're going to do is establish business over there, because they establish businesses, and then they pay the people to stay poor. And these people do the job with a smile on their face, hurting inside. Oh, no. I can't even tell you how much of my own personal money I just handed out. Me and the 11 people with me just handed out money, because we saw what was happening in that world. They will work 6 days a week, 10 to 12 hours a day, for about 800 CD a month. Tell them how much 800 CD it is, Kendall. 800 CEDI a month, with 1 day off a week. That is, just give me the number. It's $50.35 for me. I said, well, wait a minute. I made sure I paid people in tip their monthly salary, a few people. And I did a secret where ain't nobody know. One person, I gave them 3,000 American dollars. That's going to set to get a month's pay. I said, this is a demon. This is a devil. And do y'all know how many preachers I know that's been to Ghana to preach and take an offering back to America? Oh, that's wicked. There's no way I would have done that. I said, I'm not doing that. I'm not being involved in that. And there's so many investment opportunities. I told everybody with me, I said, we will not invest in this land until we plant a seed in this country. We must plant a seed in the homeland. Our blackness demands it. We can't take from here. And like you're going to hear me say in the documentary, I don't want to hear another black American that's a descendant. What are you doing? Another black American, you need to block that. Somebody trying to advertise their channel in my platform. I better not hear another black Christian or follow Jesus Christ. Hell, only if you ain't no Christian. Don't you? Well, I'm talking to the Christians, so this is a Christian statement. All you black Christians that every year you taking your hind end to Israel, every minister you know right now that's planning a trip to Israel, you need to know that the leader and the people planning it got a white soul. They do not know from where they came. Your ancestors and your history is in Africa, not Israel. Ancient Israel, yeah, there were Africans that were there, but they have made a state, America, called Israel, and made it to be for the Jews home. All of that's a trick. This is how come people get mad when I talk about Kamala. She was the better choice, but she's still one head of a wickedness. It's a two-headed demon dragon that America is. The left and the right, same spirit. Are y'all hearing what I'm saying? So versus you taking your African hind end to Israel, you need to be going to Africa, Ethiopia. Ethiopia is the origin of our faith, which is a Christian basis. That's why they raped our religious practices and then came up with this European, Eurocentric Christianity that is a business. It's really Christianity incorporated, and Jesus Christ is the mascot. You need to deepen your Christian practices by getting as African as possible. and finding out the spirituality of your ancestors and marrying that to what you have learned in Christianity. Oh, I'm talking right now. I'm talking better than you, amen. Put that, that it's time for offering. Some of you done gave one time, turn around and give another time, because now there's another spirit done came on me, and now I'm getting you back to Africa. Now, it is terribly important for you to be actively building home. Why? For the Bible says charity begins where? Home. And you need to be building home. Well, I can't go and I don't know what to do. Great. That's what the MBN Network is for. So now you can donate to the MBN Network because we're going to do the work. And heaven going to remember that you were invested in this work and helping us do what it is that we're doing. Go to the mbnnetwork.org right now. Read what our faith is, what we practice, and what our mission is. And we're going to put something up there to let you know what we're doing in Ghana. But this is what you're going to be funded. You build our ministry is going to put it where it belongs. Not just in maintaining what we do, not that only. The members make sure that the ministry is okay. But we're going to extend our influence and our work more globally. Yeah, we're global because we're digital, but intentionally, we're going to build Africa. Oh, yes, we are. This is the way that we're going to make America do her first work over, because she owes Africa, but she's still raping Africa. Oh, my God. Get back to Eden. Live on top of where you are, because Eden's in Africa. They'll tell you it's in the Middle East, which is a whole made-up thing, but I can't say too much about that. They're our brothers and our sisters. I can't say too much about that because I'm a resident there too, and the UAE do not play. I love the UAE. I love Islam. I love Islam. They pray 5 times a day. When I hear that sound, them praying, I say, oh, God. I go into my shando. Because Islam, they pray 5 times a day. In Christianity, all of these are Abrahamic religions. In Christianity, we pray 3 times a day. But half of y'all that's watching me, I feel like y'all don't pray 3 times a day. Oh, I'm so concerned about people's Christianity. It's so white. You're supposed to be praying 3 times a day. What is you doing? 3 times, I say 3 times. Are you praying 3 times a day? I need to know. Tell me in the chat. Are you praying 3 times a day? If you ain't praying 3 times a day. Now, I'm about to go real old school Pastor Reid on you. You ain't saved. You said Sarah and her husband posted what? Go see what that is before I get up off this thing. What did they say? Basically saying he's doing fine. Okay, great. Okay, great. All right. Let's see. I must convention must ran through the chat. Ain't nobody that 3 times a day word, y'all, didn't it? It ain't, if you don't like it, tear it out. Psalm 55:17. You find that, Nancy. I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna get out of here. This is my close. Psalm 55:17. You ready? You can tell you don't even use your phone for the Bible. You got to go get off X2, get up all the nasty. You got it. You got it. Psalm 55:17. Read. You can't read the Bible with no little soft voice. You got to holler. I got a cold. Breathe from your belly and read. Okay, we'll go over there. Go to where that mic at over there. I think I can get him. All right. Reid.
Evening, morning, and noon.
Evening, morning,
And noon.
and noon.
Well,
Reid.
This is a different
Have a
version.
minute.
This is a different version.
Well, I know if you get the King James version of the Bible, I don't do fool up with my study time I do, but when I'm King James, please. King James 55, and listen to me. You don't just be running on. You got to do what I say. Read.
Evening, morning.
No, you read like normal. I'll stop you. Go ahead.
Evening.
Wait a minute. Read.
Evening and morning.
Evening and the morning.
And
read.
at noon.
Oh Lord, this is not working. You didn't ruin raised in church.
Can I just read it?
Can I just read it? No. We're gonna do this the way that the old church used to do it. Read.
Evening and morning.
Evening and the morning. Read.
And at noon.
And at noon. Read.
Will I pray?
Will I pray? Read.
And cry aloud.
And cry aloud. Read.
And he shall hear.
And he shall hear
my voice.
My voice. He said, evening and noon and morning will he hear my voice. That's the word telling you to pray 3 times a day. Thank you. So far, the scripture. Thank you, Jesus. And we praise him for the scripture. All of you that don't pray 3 times a day, you ain't saved. I'm just going to put it like that. I had to go old school on. You ain't saved. You just got a dance, you got a shot, but you ain't got no relationship with yourself or God because you don't have no prayer life. You on your way to hell with gasoline draws. Oh, yes, you are. In hell, you're going to lift up your eyes, although there ain't one. But in hell, you're going to... In hell, you're going to lift up your eyes. We're going to be saved right here. The last thing we do. We're going to laugh and cut up, drink a little bit, have a little, and do a little stuff, but we're going to be saved. We're going to start praying, and we're going to pull out our paper Bible. Huh? I am paper Bible saved. I am paper Bible saved from the crown of my head to the sole of my feet. I am paper Bible saved. All right. I'm going to see y'all later. I hope y'all enjoyed. I was going to drop the link, but I don't feel like it. And make sure you support us. I'm going to play this thing right here one more time because I want Africa to stay in your spirit. Somebody gonna go to bed and wake up in the morning and you say, let me find MBN Network. I have got to right now sow a large seed into this work. I want you to take that money you made from the white man and send it back to the black land. I repeat, I want you to take all that money you made from that white man's company and then sow it in the black land. From the white man to the black land. From the white man to the black land. From the white man to the black land. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Okay, see y'all later. War leap of love to you. This is the way I say you know. God bless. I see you later.
Rain on the thunder. Tell the storm I'm new. I'm a wild, come a march on the regular, painting white flags blue. Lord, forgive me, I've been
That structure was used for trade in human beings. Enslaved Africans were captured from different areas in Africa, put them in chains and shackles, and they traveled on foot for several days, weeks, months, crossing rivers, climbing mountains, hills to get to the dungeons.
Freedom, freedom, I can't move. Freedom, cut me loose. Yeah. Freedom, freedom, where are you? 'Cause I running, cause a winner don't quit on themselves.